Welcome to the new episode of Practical. In this session, I am going to discuss about the basic. I'll start with the action script, and today I am going to discuss about the play and stop method. So, to use the play and stop method, that can be done through the scripting, and we are going to learn today the basic action script to apply the play and stop action. But before to start with the play and stop button, the basic thing that I have prepared, that is in the first scene. See, I have applied simple motion tween on the circle shape, and in the second scene I have applied shape tween, right? And now I'm going to insert one more scene, and in which I'll select square. Let's change the color, yellow, and I'll apply the rotation. Let's see how to apply the inbuilt rotation. So on other frame I want to change the position of this, and simply I'll apply motion tween. So right now you can see the square object is moving from left to right, but I'll just select in between frames, between the two key frames, the one of the frame I am going to select. So in the property option you will get a tween section. From the tween section you can apply the type of the motion. So right now the type of the motion tween I have already selected, so the type of the motion is the simple motion. But here we have the rotate option, right? So I'll click on this drop down button. So you will get three options: auto, CW and CCW. So this is for the rotation of the object. So I want to rotate my shape, rotate my object with motion tween effect. So this will be rotate. You can rotate your object clockwise or anti-clockwise. So these are the two options. So let's say select CW. See, so without applying the rotation effect, so automatic, the inbuilt rotation effect, the functionality you can apply to your object. So this is clockwise. If it is anti-clockwise, see, so CCW, right? So basically now I'll press Ctrl and enter, and let's see the whole video. The first scene, this is the second scene, and this is third scene. So again it will starts playing first scene, second scene and third scene, right? So there is a continuation in playing, but I don't want this. I want that my whole movie play only the one time. So that means the first scene plays, then second scene, and then third scene. Then after it will stop, right? The motion or the video will be stopped. So what I am going to do, I'll select the last keyframe, and that is from scene 3, right? Just carefully notice this part, because this is my last scene, and frame number 30, that is a last keyframe of that last scene. So what I am going to do is I'll press F9 to open my action panel, right? How to open action panel? Using F9 key. And the alternative is you have the action panel before the property. So you just click on this panel, it will pop up its window, right? Now in the action panel you can see that the action script that support is 1.0 and 2.0. So in our syllabus we have to learn a few basic global function and few basics global properties, but not all the properties. This using the action script, I mean there are number of scripts, and I mean the methods and the functions and their properties are available. So you can also design the complete website through the Flash, and that supports database connectivity as well. So through the scripting you can do that, but due to the time limitations we won't go up to that level. So we have the few functions from the global functions and few properties, right? So I'll show you. So today we are going to learn about the play and stop action. So both of are from the category of timeline control, because play and stop, that is a category of timeline. So you are going to play your motion. So if motion starts, so this is your timeline, so this is action related to your timeline. So you want to play, right? If you press enter, so your playhead starts working, right? That moves frame by frame, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and so on, and after 30 that moves to next scene, because here we have continuous 3 scene, right? So that keeps on playing the one by one scene. And then we have the stop method, right? So at some place you want to stop your movie, so I want to apply the stop action. The stop action at the frame number 30, that will be the last frame of the last scene, right? So what you have to do, right? The one way is, this is your writing pad, right, where you can write your script. But here the important part is you have to check your playhead. You are working right now on the last keyframe, that is number 30 on scene number 3, right? So whatever you are going to write on this, you can say your scripting pad, right? Here I have to write stop. Stop, open the bracket, close the bracket. You can see that you will get the hint as well how to write. See, so if you click on this, it will automatically complete this. I'll complete, right? That is the hint. So stop and then semicolon. So this is the one method. This is how you can stop your action, right? So you can see after writing a scripting on the keyframe number 30, there is a symbol, right? So that means your timeline shows that you have written a few code, right, on the keyframe number 30, but not on the frame number 1. Keyframe number 1 पे आपने कुछ नहीं लिखा है, right? It's a normal keyframe, there is no script, right? If you select this and if you start writing even, I'll click here, so there also you will get a symbol, right? If you remove, it will remove a symbol from that keyframe. So now let's play your movie. I'll save this file and it's okay. I'll press Ctrl and enter, see the SWF file, second scene and the third scene, right? It stops playing your movie, right? Because you have written stop action, right, on the last keyframe, the frame number 30 on the scene number 3. Now same thing you can apply to individual scene, but if you write a stop action here, what is the effect? The effect is, if you write here stop action, so that means you are not allowed to play the next scene. See, now your action stops here. You are not able to move to the next scene, the scene number 2, right? So for that you will require one button, and you can, after clicking on that button, you can move to the next scene. So what I am going to do is, I'll click on the window menu, right? The scripting you can write on on two ways. The one way is it will be on keyframe, or it will be on symbols. The two symbols you can use, movie clip and buttons. Normally we use a buttons, right? So you can write your script on button as well as keyframe. So right now I am not going to create a button, but I'll use common library, and I'll use a ready-made button which is available. I'll click on this folder. So there is oval button, you can see the preview. No, this is not the perfect button which I want. Enter, let's see another button. You can also edit your button. I want a play button. Everywhere I can find enter button. Okay, let's try this enter button, right? After the enter button, what I'm going to do, I'll double click on this, because see, you can see your previously you can see that I have added button on the same layer, so that your timeline shows that there is error, because आपका जो motion है वो बिगड़ गया, right? So what I'm going to do, I'll cut that button and I will insert it into the next layer. So this button you can now visible from the first keyframe, right? So that shows up to frame number 30 in the first scene. So you can edit this button. You just have to double click on this. See, we have 3 text here, right? I want to edit my text. So instead of enter, I will write play. Wait. Since it's a white color, no, so the text is not visible. See, now you can see it's a play button. I'll again come back to, see, this is bar cap dark blue. I have not created this symbol. It's a inbuilt button provided by Flash. So now I have a play button, right? If I'll click on this button, no action, but some effect is there. That is due to that button frames, right? The hit down, the top, up down, and hit effect, right? Now you have to write a script on this button. So what script you can write on this button is, I have double click on this so that again it will open its window. I'll press F9, right? So see, this is the timeline action, but you have to inform your button to that by clicking on that button, right? So you have to use on method, right? So this is not the part of the timeline method, right? That is from movie clip control. You have to click on option, right? So after using on function, right, you will have option what options you have to use, right? So that is for like to key press or mouse clicking, right? So normally we use on press, right? So on press is like when you click that button. On release, that means after clicking when you release the button, right? Or roll over, like to just move your mouse from that button. So I'll select on press, and you can see I have curly bracket, so I'll just modify it in the next line, the curly bracket, and here I will again open timeline control and I'll select stop. So here I don't have to write. By clicking that option, that will appear on your scripting pad. So you just have to like drag and drop is also possible, right? So that is next frame or next scene, right? So you can also create a next scene button. So instead of stop, you can here write a play or the next scene, right? So let's see, if you write a play action, what is the effect, right? Control and enter. This is to check the syntax, whether the syntax are correct or not. Press control and enter. It stops your movie. I'll click play, so that keeps on playing your video. Now again it stops because your timeline head found that on the last scene the last frame action is stop, so that again stopped. So here also you can create one button, right, and you can again start playing your movie, right? So I hope you people are clear with this. Only two methods, play method and the stop method, and both the level of scripting, right? I mean you can write the script on keyframe as well as you can write the script on button. But for button, one more change you will require that. So you have to inform the flash that by using the button press event, right? These all are the button press event, so you have to use on method, right? And from on method you have to, I mean right now I have used press option. You can use rollover or release or whatever, right? Instead of on press you can use key press. So through by pressing any key from the keyboard, right, your movie starts playing, right? So the different actions you can apply that way. Let's see further action script in my next video. Thanks for watching my video. We'll meet soon in the